Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN just after 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and we got some Monday trading out here. Excuse me, did I say Monday? Yeah, we're talking about Tuesday. Just that quick, man. Feels like this week is flying, but not Monday anymore. Yesterday, we pull back a bit. S&Ps right now, we pick up in positive territory. We're up by 21 points, and we got a little two-way chop today. But markets, nonetheless, higher territory, getting led higher by, you guessed it, tech stocks. NASDAQ 100, we're up by 0.9%. A little bit of a sell-off intraday. 25,670 is the high, and we're right back up at that level. 25,623. NASDAQ 100 up nearly 1%. Dow up about 0.5%. 47,594 up by 240 points, and the Russell up by 8 points or 0.3%. 2481. One of the biggest worrisome areas of this market has been crypto, and we're catching a little bit of a bid. Bitcoin up by $6,400, up by 7.5% to 92,195. How about Ethereum? Up by almost 10%, up $255 to 3,020. We jump to yields. You get the 10-year. Let's see where we're at right now. We're pushing almost 4.11, and right now we're sitting with all the way back to 4.09. Okay, yeah, as we've risen a bit from 112.22 to 112.29, 7 ticks off the low, but we get the 10-year at 4.09. 4.09, the yield on the 10-year. You jump over to the dollar. And man, we got some action right now in the dollar. A little bit of weakness. Trading back as yields ease a bit. So when you had yields rising, right, from 4% to 4.11, you have the dollar strengthening from 90 to 90.50, essentially. And yeah, as yields have eased a bit, the 10-year almost back to 4.08. The dollar's back a bit. And gold's holding up pretty well. We're down by $46. We're well off the highs of $42.99 hit yesterday. You hit a 4,100 handle briefly on that acceleration. 41, what's the low there? 41.94 on the dot. We're trading right now at 42.28. You check out the daily on the metals. Okay, now you come in on Friday's half day. Very little volume, but that was a nice bounce. Look at the volume you did in gold. 223,000 contracts. Big numbers. You are coming into the November acceleration where you had 300,000 plus. So you trade above that area in gold. You have a little bit lighter volume, and today you're going to get some selling. We're down by $46. You jump over to silver. Silver's so strong, man. Look at this silver chart. And so I just looked, again, to see for silver versus gold, right? You check out gold. And you see the volume, yes. This is Monday's volume, okay, and Friday's. But pay attention to that one. And then you look at silver, right? And look at that volume yesterday. Okay, you make all-time highs. You blow away anything we've done in volume. Now look at the volume we did in silver, 138,000 contracts to what we were doing in November, 125. Now you did break above that area. No, on the Friday, okay, and you didn't have volume, but that was a half a day as well. So to have that type of volume on November 28th, that was the Friday, right? I got to make sure. Yeah, tremendous volume. Look at the volume silver had on that half day in the market, and then you break it on all-time highs. And today, we're only down by 17 pennies right now. You're down by less than 0.3%. At the same time, you got gold down by more than 1%. Excuse me, some of the silver stocks. Look at First Majestic up by 1.7%. Now, Endeavor, yeah, this one's catching a bounce. And you're going to see this happen as these equities catch a run. Now, they pushed out $300 million in convertible notes. It was yesterday that they pushed that out? Yeah, $300 million private debt offering, convertible notes, and the company expects to grant the initial purchasers an option to buy an additional $45 million in notes. Okay, and that's going to be used to pay down some of its senior secured debt. it's a great use of the capital. Okay, they take the equity in the company. It was just trading at $3. You're all the way at 10. You say, I'm going to take some of this equity. I'm going to pay down the secured debt. It's one of the things you bump into, especially in the metals market, when you catch this type of a run. So Endeavor, we touch that 10 area. You do that, you're down by 2.4. But the silver stocks, man. First Majestic, Endeavor. Look at Hecla. Hecla up by another 1.3%. Silver is strong, man. Jumping back to silver. That volume yesterday, just blowing it all away. Now, you do have October volume. And on many of the equities, you have an October volume. Just jump around. Yeah, some of these. There's AEM. Let's check out. I was looking at the gold stocks today. Let's put it on a weekly. Yeah, look at Harmony. Harmony's still trading at almost prices you were trading at in April. Yeah, like check this out. AEM, right? You get all of this volume at those previous highs. Okay, we haven't done anything like that for the last 4 or 5 weeks in November. We were doing an AEM, 15 million almost every single week. Now we're doing 10, 12, 11, and 7 for the holiday week. But guess what? We've already done almost 4. But a lot of equities. We're going to be coming into it. We are coming into this huge area of volume in October, but silver is looking strong. All right, we jump around to some equities. So it just gets better and better for Warner Brothers, man. They're all bringing it. So Netflix's bid was all cash. Now it comes out the Comcast bid. They want to seek to merge NBC Universal with Warner Brothers. That's their deal. Yeah, Comcast on Monday made a renewed offer for part of Warner Brothers. It would give it control. Warner Brothers would receive a combination of cash and stock. Comcast among 3 going for it, with Netflix, Paramount as well. Paramount Skydance, of course. Paramount up by 1.3%. Netflix shares right now up by about 0.3%. But yeah, Warner Brothers, man, everybody wants what they got right now. Quite a run. Imagine, double what it was trading at when those talks began, and pretty remarkable. Time flies, man. 3 months this has been going on. Doesn't feel like it, right? Those deals, that news started beginning of September. Yeah, 3 months almost. Wow. Warner Brothers up another 3.5%. All right, folks, stay tuned. We got our man Basil Chapman. He's growling and prowling in that tiger's den. He's coming up next. Always a great conversation with Basil. Stay tuned, folks. Check out the opening call on the front page of TFNN.com while we're waiting, and we'll be right back.